Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I hope you all will be fine. Okay students, we will start our chapter number first, that is physical quantities and measurement. Okay, this is a revision schedule, so I will take a review of whole chapter. In this chapter we will discuss about some definitions, topics, some important topics and their numericals, examples. So let's take a start. Here we will discuss first of all the definition of science. What is science? Basically, the science is the knowledge gained through observations and experiments. You will find the definition here on your book. The knowledge gained through observations and experiments, experimentations is called science. Okay, you will take definition from here. Okay, science. Science is basically derived from the word uh, scientia, scientia, which means knowledge. Knowledge. Okay. Uh, Now we will discuss the definition of physics. What is physics? Basically, physics is the study of matter and energy and their relationship. You only need to learn these two definitions, not all the material. Okay, not all that paragraph, not all that paragraph. Okay, science and physics. Physics basically the definition of physics is the study of matter and energy and the relationship between them. So we will discuss first of all its branches, that how many branches of physics have. Mechanics. First of all, mechanics is the study of motion of objects. It is the study of motion of objects. Basically, when you will study the mechanics, you will deal with the motion of the objects. Okay, like you have the motion of cars, circular motion, random motion. These different kinds of motion you will discuss in this branch. Okay, now the next branch is the heat. Heat is basically it deals with the nature of heat modes of transfer. Like you will heat that how heat transfer and how heat is produced, what is heat energy, etc. Okay, in the next branch you will discuss the sound, that what is sound, how is it produced, and what is the effect of sound, and these different kinds. So the next one is the what is light? It is the basically the study of physical aspects of light, its properties, working and use of optical instruments. That what is light and what is the instrument which is used to reflect or refract the light, or that instrument in which the light deals. The next one is the electricity and the magnetism. So in this branch you will study the charges at rest and in motion. Okay, their effects, relationship with magnetism. So in this branch you will study the effects of and the interlinking of both electricity and the magnetism. Okay, so in the next branch you will discuss that atomic physics. Atomic physics basically the structure of the atom. It is about the structure of the atom. When you draw a structure, like you show there the electrons and then the nucleus. In the nucleus there are some protons and neutrons. So when you will deal with the structure of the atom, you will study the atomic physics. And for the next branch, the nuclear physics. Nuclear physics is the basically study of the behavior of nuclei. You will study here about the nucleus of different atoms, like you will study the protons or neutrons of the atom. Okay, so in this branch you will only discuss with the behavior of nuclei and the particles present in the nuclei. So in the next branch you will discuss the plasma physics. Plasma physics. What is plasma physics? It is the fourth. Plasma is the fourth state of the matter. So it is the study of production of properties and the ionic state of matter. Uh, Here you will find the, in this branch you will find the ionic nature of the matter. Like the matter is present in its ionic form. Okay, there will be some ions. Like what is ion? Ion basically the species that carry either positive or negative charge. So in the next branch you will study the internal structure of the earth, that is called the geophysics. Okay, these are the branches of the physics, and you will learn it with the definition of physics. Okay, so it is very important. Now move towards the next topic. So in the introduction of physics you will discuss about the uh, daily life physics, like what is physics, okay, and where is it used, like in different technology, mobile, cell phone, computer, telecommunication, radio, TV, telephone, computer, like different in your in different fields of life, the physics is basically used. Okay, so move towards the next topic. It is physical quantities. What is physical quantities? All the quantities that you can measure or that are measurable, you will call them the physical quantities. Here we have different kind of examples, like you measure the length, like you measure the width of a body, like in you weight the body, okay, like in kilogram you find their mass. So different kind of quantities that you can measure easily or by different means. So that will be known as the physical quantities. Okay, here it is placed, like it is such as length, mass, time, temperature. These are the physical quantities. These are just four that are written here, but not these are just four. So you will discuss their types. What is the types of the physical quantities? Basically these types have uh, base quantities and derived quantities. That what is base quantities and what is derived quantity. So we will discuss their types. First of all, we will discuss about the base quantities. That what is base quantity? Basically, base quantities are those quantities which are not derived from other quantities, which are the base of the quantities. Okay, like there are seven base quantities. These total we have seven base quantities. So what is base quantity? The seven base quantities that you have is the electric current, mass, time, length, intensity of light, amount of substance. These are the seven base quantities. Okay, basically these quantities cannot derive from other quantities. Here you can see base quantities are the quantities on the basis which other quantities are expressed. Okay, so next one is the derived quantities. So what is derived quantity? Those physical quantities which are expressed in terms of base quantity. So these are the quantities which are expressed in the terms of base quantities. It means base quantities are used to represent uh, these quantities. Is used to represent these quantities. It means derived quantities are the combination of the basically base quantities. Like you can say easily here, um, um, force. Force is the basically combination of mass and acceleration, and also in the acceleration there are also the combination of acceleration is the also combination of velocity and the time. Time is the base quantity. And what is velocity? Velocity is the also combination of displacement and time. So displacement can be measured in length. When you will discuss these quantities uh, in further here, you will easily understand the concept of the derived quantities. Okay, there we have derived quantities like speed. Speed is a derived quantity which is measured in meter per second. Acceleration is a derived quantity. Volume is a derived quantity. Force is a derived quantity that I have already discussed here. So pressure is also a derived quantity. So there are different derived quantities. Those quantities which have some kind of formulas or which are derived from base quantities are called derived quantities. Okay. So here we need to discuss the units of these quantities also. But before the units, we will discuss here the SI unit, International System of Units. That what is the International System of Units? Basically, there were need to make a system that have a standard quantities all over the world. So in 11th General Conference, here you will see the 11th General Conference on Weight and Measurement held in Paris in 1960 adopted a worldwide system of measurements called International System of Units. Okay.